Alright, Atlove Clark took care of my daughter from video 1. Went and checked on her and said good morning and all that. So now I can continue. She's up with mom. Okay, so we were talking about these people and their math numbers they throw around and statistics, and how this one person said after so many years, hundreds of years, that people in any generalized location, they're all going to become relatives after 400 years or something, right? Which we said God knows who does these math numbers and blah blah blah. Now, I'm not going to say that this is a incorrect idea or statement, or that there's nothing true to this idea, because that makes sense if you think about it. But that does not mean people did not keep racial pure bloodlines, because some families didn't wanted to preserve their what made them special and different than other people. To the point in that region where there really wasn't many left, and that Noah was picked only one in his area. For long miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. But the point is I don't believe that's valid enough research statement, because that's conjecture. That's just number statistics. Okay, number statistics mean things, but there's abnormalities that statistics can't really catch, and sometimes there's that supernatural spark, or God moved things, or different things like that. But the point is, after 300 or 400 years in an area, everyone's related. That's not true. No way is that true, because for the thousands of years we've been around Earth, we'd have done really, all the races would be really totally mixed. You have completely pure racial Africans that are tribal, okay? They're not mixed with nobody else. You've got Asians, you've got whites, you've got the purest of each of the main 3 races, and then the sub-races also. Go look at those people. They're pure, okay? The purest you're going to get. That argument falls short too, because there's been people settling here in America, and there's been people in South Africa colonized that are being genocided out. Now the white farmers, they're still pure white, and they've been colonized there for 400 years, and those farmers are still white. Actually, they're probably whiter than they're probably whiter over in Africa than the white people here in America. Okay? The African colonies in Africa, the white farmers that are being genocided, okay, because they gave over the power back over to the Africans, to the black Africans. So, bad situation, but those people are probably whiter on average than the people here in the United States that are white, okay? So, just because, yes, there is some, probably some truth to that. If people mingle in an area for so many hundreds of years, they're going to all get related. Yeah, that probably has some valid stuff, but that doesn't mean all families give in. Some understood that they preserved what was different. So, that's not a 100% accurate statement. So, I wouldn't go around saying that with accuracy, spitting that out as if it's a full-on fact. You got to realize that's an opinion, and that's a theory, and that's a statistic. Facts are facts. Statistics are still statistics. They are not. Not all statistics are true, or create a reality that's there's always that 1 in a million, you know, type, but there's abnormalities that statistics can't read or see, okay? That messes up the numbers, okay? So that's usually God's finger, God's hand at work doing something. But in this case, I just wanted to say that, yes, so you might be right and wrong, okay? So yeah, that's scientific, valid thinking. But you're assuming that everybody's just a trader, a race trader, or a race mixer, you know? So you're thinking from your melting pot in your bleeding heart already, okay? You're programmed, okay? Deprogram yourselves. This is the hardest thing I've had to deal with. I'm going to talk about that on the next video, deprogramming, because I have been programmed, and the deprogramming is a very, very complicated situation. And every day when you wake up and you realize it, and you remind yourself that you're out of the matrix, it liberates you. And sometimes you get sad, sometimes you get lonely, sometimes you feel like it's really hopeless, sometimes you just want to give up. Yesterday I felt that way a little bit. I just wanted to stop. Didn't feel much like there's any good coming from this, but as I remind myself before, that's not really, this is my personal journal, but I'm sharing it with other people, so maybe people can learn from my mistakes, or they can learn from my success, okay? And I don't want to